Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into this really fascinating and, yeah, a little bit unusual new word that's popping up. It's a word that tries to capture a massive shift that's happening in world Christianity. It's called Holisticostal, and it's basically shorthand for a whole new way of looking at faith in the 21st century.
So let's get right into it. What is Holisticostal mission exactly? Well, the term was dreamed up by a theologian, Graham Joseph Hill, to try and put a name to this huge transformation he's seeing all across the globe. It's this powerful blend of ideas that are totally reshaping mission, theology, and how ministry is done, like right now, as we speak.
At its core, the word itself is just a mashup of two really big concepts. You've got holistic, which points to what's called integral mission, this focus on the whole person and the whole world. And then you've got costal, which is inspired by the incredible, you could say explosive diversity that was unleashed at the biblical Pentecost event. Put them together and you get a powerful new vision. So let's start with that holistic piece first.
Okay, first up, the holistic half. Now, this isn't just some vague wellness term you'd see on a yoga poster. No, it refers to something very specific, an idea called integral mission. And the core concept is actually pretty simple, but it's also really profound. It's about a whole gospel for the whole person in the whole world.
And this is a massive, massive vision. Integral mission basically argues that faith isn't just some private spiritual thing that happens between your ears. No, it's about the total well-being of people and entire communities. It means that sharing the gospel has to go hand in hand with things like acts of compassion, community development, and even taking on systemic injustices. It's all about restoring creation to what the Bible calls shalom. You know, that state of perfect harmony, justice, and peace. And this idea is so central that a really key document, the Micah Declaration, put it about as plainly as you can. It says, integral mission is the proclamation and demonstration of the gospel. You see, the point is you can't have one without the other. They're two sides of the same coin. Your words have to match your actions. They belong together. So you can really see the contrast here. On one side, you have what some have called a conscious, soothing Jesus and an escapist church, where faith is mainly about personal comfort, about getting your ticket punched for the afterlife. But on the other side, you have this integral vision, where who you are, what you do, and what you say are all woven together into one seamless mission. Okay, so we've got the holistic part down. Now let's switch gears and talk about the second half of our word, costal. This part is inspired by the Pentecost event from the Bible, but maybe not in the way you'd first think. This isn't about one specific church or denomination, it's about the explosion of diversity that single event represents. So the costal part is kind of an umbrella term for four huge ideas that flow out of that Pentecost story. The first one is pretty obvious. Pentecostal, meaning a mission that's empowered by the Spirit. But it also inspires a mission that is polycentric, with many centers of influence, not just one. Polyvocal, with many different voices being heard. And intercultural, where lots of different cultures can contribute as equals.
Just think about it this way. The story of Pentecost basically flung the doors wide open for a church that is diverse in every single sense of the word. Cultures, languages, genders, spiritual gifts, you name it. It created this amazing model where the Spirit empowers a truly global, decentralized community to get in on God's mission.
And believe me, this isn't just some abstract theory. The scale of this movement is absolutely staggering. Okay, get ready for this number. Researchers are projecting that by the year 2050, what they call renewalist churches, so Pentecostal, charismatic, and similar movements, will have 1 billion members worldwide. 1 billion! And here's the real kicker. The overwhelming majority of that growth is happening in the global south, in Africa, in Asia, and in Latin America. I mean, this is a demographic earthquake, and it completely flips the old model of mission on its head. It's not a one-way street anymore, from the west to the rest. The new reality of world Christianity is mission from everyone to everywhere. And that is the absolute core of what it means to be polycentric. So what does all this actually look like on the ground? Well, it means we are moving right into an era of a truly global faith,
one that's being shaped by many different centers of influence and a whole chorus of diverse voices, not just a handful from one part of the world.
And this isn't some abstract idea. It's a reality being built by thinkers all over the world. You have pioneers like C. René Padilla in Latin America, who was one of the first to really articulate this integral vision. You've got the unforgettable work of Archbishop Desmond Tutu in Africa, who is the living embodiment of the link between faith and the fight for justice. And from Asia to North America, theologians like Kosuke Koyama and Songchan Ra are building a truly global conversation.
Okay, so we've unpacked the theory. I get it, that was a lot, but why does any of this actually matter? What are the real-world takeaways here? Let's take a look at how this holistic hostile vision can actually be put into practice. So how do you actually do this? Well, the core idea is shifting from a top-down model to one of genuine partnership. That means moving past just having symbolic diversity and actually cultivating and empowering diverse leaders. It means you have to decolonize old mission habits, replacing that old giver and receiver dynamic with mutual respect and what's called cultural humility. It means you listen and learn. And ultimately, it means making sure that good news is always, always paired with a real, tangible commitment to social justice. And all of this leaves us with a final, really powerful question to think about. We're living through a historic moment. There's no doubt about it. Christianity's center of gravity is shifting away from the West. This holisticostal framework, it gives us a language to understand that change, but it also challenges us to imagine the future. As this shift happens, what is a truly global faith, one that is shaped and enriched by all voices, actually look like? That's the exciting and, I think, the vital question for our time.